So that's really the where we focus on. We talk about health inequities producing these health disparities. But what's more unique and why we really focus on what we call the social determinants of health, which I'm sure you're also familiar with, is we could take the health out of it, right? Or we have inequities producing disparities, or if you're simple like me, the English major, I like to talk about conditions producing consequences. So Building Healthy Communities Long Beach is a collaborative of different nonprofits, government agencies, and community groups that are focusing on health equity issues here in Central and West Long Beach. So we believe that health doesn't happen just in the doctor's office, but in the communities where we live, work, play, and age. So we really focus on a lot of the different social issues that really affect our health, from housing to the air pollution to our engagement in the community and in our schools. So Building Healthy Communities Long Beach works with Cal State Long Beach with service learning students to really get them involved in real world experiences in the community, whether it's doing direct outreach and door knocking to get folks engaged in our community. One of the beautiful things about collaborating with such a large anchor institution like Cal State Long Beach with our group is being able to work on really changing the narrative around so many issues where we see in our modern day narrative there's so much we talk about divisiveness and hate, but really what we're working on is this culture and narrative of inclusion. We're finding folks in the university as faculty who really identify with the work we're doing on the ground with communities and are really embedding themselves in that work to really find out what's something we can do that's way more collaborative and how we can leverage the resources we have for the community.
So we actually work with building healthy communities in a few different ways. One of the more prominent ways for myself personally is through the parent organizing work group. And so we are one of the organizations that sits at that committee, and we discuss how we can engage our parents, how we can support the parents in the community to really be advocates for their children in the school system here. BHC is really an opportunity to collaborate with different organizations throughout the community that are working on similar issues. It's a way to share resources and information. It was just an amazing opportunity to really be pushed, right, to engage with a grassroots organization. And so being able to be introduced, right, to different key community players that way where I can start delving in a way where obviously I was still a student first, but I was able to volunteer. And from there, just those relationships kept building, right? Opportunities kept coming. And so I think that's where I was able to get to this point, because through my work with that organization, I was able to be referred to a program where I was trained as a community organizer.